Greetings and salutations, Iridescents. It is I, Wolfphototech, and here we are with another delightful video. This time, I'm going to show off perhaps one of the coolest TTRPGs around. This is actually a fairly underground TTRPG. It's at this weird intersection between the OSR and New School. It is probably like the most fourth wave TTRPG there is. OSR. It is actually so new school as an OSR. It's actually old school for a modern game. It is actually called The Mutant Epoch from Outland Arts. This book is the core rule book, or the hub rule book. There's a nice little section of advertisements of all the other books on the back side. This is created by William McAusland. There's his name down there. It is printed in the United States of America. And it is an amazing system. By the way, Krasimir Ibrinsky, or RPG Pundit, if you happen to be watching this video, this is one of these RPGs I'm interested in you actually checking out, because it is actually a rather deep, unique RPG in itself, that there is a lot of mutations and tech and layers of enhancements that are layered on top. However, a lot of times, some people complain that the hardest thing about having a TTRPG that has a super deep system that has a lot of layers in creating characters, that it takes a long time, because a lot of players will sit down and they will optimize, pick every little feature step by step. Now, this is one of the greatest strengths of the system. It solves that problem. It basically eliminates the problem of players taking forever to make characters. But just turn on some music. But anyways, the problem with that is that it's an all random roll system. So when you start making your character, you start by rolling various tables for your stats and various characteristics of your character. As you can see, there are mutants and cyborgs and people with superpowers, or oftentimes ghost mutants. You can have beast people. By the way, McAusland has awesome artwork throughout the entire book. This is not Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is a unique system. It in the front here, in the introduction, it basically covers over how the world ended. It basically states that it could have ended in many different ways. However, no one is entirely certain exactly which way it ended, but there's oftentimes references to wars, plagues, AI going run amok, etc., etc., etc. As you can see, you can have very unique characters with a broad range of physiological characteristics in the system. As you started out, you start with a table, boop, right there, and then you have your character stats, which is endurance, strength, agility, accuracy, intelligence, perception, willpower, and appearance. Yet again, awesome artwork throughout the entire book. And you got lots of interesting character possibilities. As you can see, that the entire system is, you got a roll D100 table, another randomized table, another randomizing table, another D100 table, another list table right here with various random rolls right in here, another table down here, and you can have an incredible range of character options. So I'm going to back up in the book and get to one of the earlier lists. So in the Mutant Epoch, you can actually play a broad range of characters. And you can play normal humans. You can play pure stock humans, bio replicas, clones, transhumans, cyborgs, ghost mutants, mutants, and bestial humans. Bestial humans are basically humans that their DNA got mixed up with some other creature, and they are you got dog boys, and you got cat people, and you have bat people, and you have spider people, and you have fish people, and you have crab people, you know, etc., etc. You have turtle people, and you can have all kinds of fun stuff. Your characters can have jump to the mutant section of the book. You can, as you said, your characters can be cyborgs with components wired into them. You can replace entire arms, legs, most of your body, eyeballs. You can have various powers or mutations. You can have all kinds of. You can have poisonous bites, night vision, peeling radius, poison blood, a serpentine body. This system is crazy, ridiculous in the range of possibilities your characters can have. Eye stalks, and etc., etc. And this is all balanced by a rolling of the tables. You take a d20, you roll, you get a result, you go to this page, oh, you happen to have that trait, you roll a d100, this is what you get, etc., etc. And you just simply go through the entire system, picking up all kinds of stuff. And then you also have major mutations and moderate mutations and minor mutations, and you get some interesting minor mutation list right here. Poof. So forth. You can have bat wings. You can fly. Yes. There's oftentimes restrictions tied into said system. You can have your face be upside down. You can have one eye. You can have 3 arms, 4 arms, 6 arms. You can have tails. Skipping out of the mutant section, you can have it going into the cybernetics. You can have mechanical claws, turrets mounted to your shoulder, power arms, a mechanical tentacle, all kinds of stuff. You can have your entire lower torso replaced with tank treads. You can have all kinds of crazy stuff in the Mutant Epoch. You have numerous weapons options up the wazoos. You can have multiple wazoos, by the way. Weapons, and more weaponry. The Mutant Epoch has a ridiculous range of options. And then you happen to have this nice little chapter called Gameplay, which covers over how to play the game and the mechanics of it, combat rules, and so much more. The Mutant Epoch is a crazy wasteland of infinite possibilities. You have insanity rules. You had the plagues. You have diseases. All kinds of stuff. Part 4 is encounters. Yet again, throughout the entire book, there is an incredible amount of range of beautiful artwork that is highly detailed. It's hard to come by any page that does not have one or more pieces of artwork. Unless it's a gigantic table page that has nothing but tables on it. You can have wonderfully grotesque characters. You can have incredibly beautiful characters. There's rules and mechanics in here for catastrophes and random events as well. Ridiculous amount of variety. we worked ourselves into the creature section. You have a beautiful range of wonderfully warped creatures in the wasteland. All kinds of crazy bears. Crazy, scary dogs. Lizards. Fish. That's one heck of a fish right there. Mutant frogs. Giants. Different types of mutant horses. Giant insects. And so much more. Giant spiders. And then you have a section on robots and androids. He is a artist of high caliber, I do say. A chapter on relics, which includes entire pages of armaments and gear. And as I said, as you can see, it's loaded full of artwork. This has to be like one of the coolest underground systems there is in the TTRPG hobby. I mean, he loads it through. You got appendices, no mutants, by the way. Airships, various vehicles in the Mutant Epoch. Boats. Siege weaponry, like giant trebuchets and ballistas. A dog large enough for a person to ride on. Or is that a person small enough to ride a dog? Who knows? Because there actually is people super tiny in the Mutant Epoch that are created. You got a grid map example and a hex map, so you can copy them out. You got character sheets in the back as well. As it's per standard in OSR scene, your sheets are basically down to 2 sheets. You actually have a section with advertisements as well as you can print out and make your own dice by unfolding them. You even got a D30 here. That's cool. And you have inside of dice, you got a nice index back here that lists all kinds of cool creatures and so forth. Now, as I said before, I have yet to have an opportunity to actually get people to play this system. There is a lot of stuff, and I've read this book through numerous times, and I always find something really cool in it all the time. This is just This is all the collection. You happen to have a starter adventure here as well for. And we look in here. There's a nice variety here with some more expanded rules, regions your characters can go on, various adventures. Dog Days is actually a solo adventure where you can just play through the Mutant Epoch on your own without any parties to go with you. So there you go. The Mutant Epoch is just this really cool system and setting that you don't really see a whole lot of on the internet. And yet, here you go. A quick list over of what's in the book and the strange and crazy variety that's in this book and system. So there you go. I'm not going to give a final review score for this. However, from what I have read, going through this book multiple times, this gaming system is clearly in that 4-star territory. You get a ton of value for your money when you buy this system. And there's tons of artwork, tons of tables, a lot of explanations in here. I find it really cool. There's also a quick start version to this system as well. That is one big book, by the way. Crossroads Region, Bestiary 1, The Flesh Weavers, Creatures of Apocalypse. There's a quick start rule book for it with a simplified down selection of features to build a character along with a starting adventure for your characters. So there you go. That's the quick start rules. So if you don't want to buy the big book and have your players use that, there's the quick start rules. Now, there is one small thing. As I said, the strength of this system, to counterbalance the crazy range of characteristics and abilities your characters can develop or have from creation, is that it's all random roll table. And to some people, that bothers them that this system is all random roll when it comes to character creation. But however, to have the crazy range of possibilities and not have someone min-max a crazy unstoppable super build, you kind of need the random rolls system to creating characters. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and let's just eyeball the awesome cover. This is just a tiny, tiny taste of the possibilities in the Mutant Epoch. The Mutant Epoch can go way beyond anything you could imagine for a D&D based system. And it's not even really D&D. It is just a step above and beyond. Thank you very much. I'm just showing you off some of the books. And see you next time. You get some references in there, by the way. There's some nerd references throughout the books.